In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to add Azure API credentials in n8n. By the end, you'll have a secure Azure connection set up and ready to use in your workflows. First, open your n8n instance and look to the left sidebar. Find the section labeled Personal, then open the Credentials tab. This is where all of your connection details live. In the top right corner, click Create Credential. This starts a guided setup that helps n8n talk to external services safely. In the search box that appears, type Azure. You'll see an option for Azure. Select it, then click Continue. Choosing the correct provider here ensures n8n presents the right fields and handles authentication properly under the hood. Next, you'll enter the credentials needed for the API connection. Have your Azure details ready before you begin to avoid timeouts or partial entries. For most Azure integrations, you'll typically need your directory or tenant ID, your application or client ID, a client secret, and often a subscription ID depending on the node you plan to use. These values come from your Azure portal and are linked to an application with the right permissions. If you're unsure where to find them, check your Azure documentation or ask your administrator. Don't guess, because incorrect values will cause authentication failures later. As you fill in the fields, give the credential a clear name and, if available, a brief description so you and your team know what it's for. Never paste sensitive information into notes or comments, and make sure you're working in a secure environment. If your organization prefers environment variables or key vaults, align with that policy to keep secrets out of screenshots and exports. When everything looks correct, click Save. n8n will store the credential securely. If your version of n8n offers a test or verify option on this screen, it's a good idea to run it now so you catch any typos early. If you don't see a test button, that's fine. You can validate the connection while building a workflow. With the credential saved, you can now use it in your n8n workflows. When you add an Azure-related node, open the Credentials drop-down inside that node and select the Azure credential you just created. From there, your node can authenticate automatically and call Azure services using the permissions you configured. That's all. You've added Azure API credentials in n8n and are ready to build. Save your changes, keep your secrets secure, and enjoy creating reliable, authenticated workflows.